Welcome to Damal Consult. If you're preparing for an NHS Project Manager interview, you've come to the right place. In this video, we're going to break down the top 12 NHS Project Manager interview questions and answers to help you stand out and impress your interviewers. The NHS is looking for highly skilled, organized, and strategic professionals who can manage complex healthcare projects efficiently. Whether you're an experienced project manager or transitioning into the NHS, this video will give you the insights and confidence you need to succeed. Now, let's dive into the questions and answers. 1. Can you tell us about your experience managing healthcare-related projects? In my previous roles, I have managed several healthcare-related projects, ranging from small process improvements to large-scale system implementations. One notable project I led involved the implementation of an electronic health record (EHR) system for a regional healthcare provider. The goal was to replace outdated paper-based systems with a more efficient, integrated solution that improved patient care and streamlined internal operations. My role as project manager involved coordinating with multiple stakeholders, including doctors, nurses, IT specialists, and administrative staff, to ensure everyone was aligned with the project goals. I led the planning phase, working closely with the IT team to ensure that the software chosen met the specific needs of the healthcare organization. We also developed training programs for the staff to ensure a smooth transition. Throughout the project, I maintained a close eye on timelines, budgets, and resource allocation, ensuring that the project remained on track. I regularly communicated with stakeholders to update them on progress and address any concerns. One of the challenges we faced was integrating the new EHR system with existing databases. But through careful planning and troubleshooting, we were able to resolve the issue without any significant delays. Ultimately, the project was completed on time and within budget, resulting in improved patient data management, faster patient care delivery, and a reduction in administrative burdens. This project allowed me to refine my skills in healthcare project management, particularly in dealing with the complexities of healthcare systems, working with diverse teams, and ensuring that all stakeholders were satisfied with the final outcome. 2. How do you handle competing priorities and tight deadlines? When handling competing priorities and tight deadlines, I rely on strong time management and organizational skills to stay focused and ensure all tasks are completed efficiently and on time. First, I prioritize tasks by assessing their urgency and importance, considering any deadlines or stakeholder expectations. I create a detailed plan that outlines each task's key deliverables and sets realistic timelines for completion. This allows me to break down larger projects into smaller, more manageable steps, reducing the risk of feeling overwhelmed. Additionally, I remain adaptable and flexible. If a priority shifts or an unexpected issue arises, I reassess my plan, adjust the deadlines or resources as needed, and communicate clearly with my team and stakeholders to manage expectations. I also delegate tasks when appropriate, ensuring that team members with the relevant skills and expertise can take on certain responsibilities. Lastly, I keep regular check-ins and progress updates with my team to ensure we're all aligned and working towards the same goals. This transparency helps me maintain control over the project and stay on track to meet deadlines without compromising on quality. In my experience, staying organized, communicating effectively, and being proactive in addressing issues are key to managing competing priorities and tight deadlines successfully. 3. Can you give an example of a time you managed a project that didn't go as planned? In my previous role as a project manager in the NHS, I was tasked with overseeing the implementation of a new electronic health record (EHR) system across multiple departments. The project was high stakes, with tight timelines and significant resource allocation, as it would directly impact patient care and administrative efficiency. Initially, everything seemed to be progressing according to schedule. However, Halfway through the implementation phase, we encountered unexpected delays. Due to technical difficulties with integrating the new software with existing systems. This caused a ripple effect, impacting the overall timeline and requiring a reevaluation of our resources and approach. Instead of panicking, I focused on clear communication with the stakeholders, including department heads and IT teams, to ensure everyone was aligned on the new challenges. We quickly conducted a series of troubleshooting sessions and identified a solution that required additional software customization. I adjusted the project timeline and worked with the technical team to prioritize this task, while ensuring that other aspects of the project continued as planned. I also kept the senior leadership team informed with regular updates, adjusting the scope to reflect the revised timeline and emphasizing the importance of minimizing disruption to daily operations. Despite these setbacks, we were able to successfully implement the system, albeit a few weeks behind schedule. The experience taught me the importance of adaptability, effective communication, and maintaining strong stakeholder relationships during times of unforeseen challenges. I also learned to always have a contingency plan in place, and the value of flexibility in managing large projects. Before we proceed further in this video, are you preparing for a project manager interview? Whether it's for a general project manager role or an NHS project manager position, you need the right resources to stand out. Get your hands on 300 Project Manager Interview Questions and Answers, the ultimate guide to help you pass with confidence. This ebook includes 150 General Project Manager Interview Questions and Answers, 150 NHS Project Manager Interview Questions and Answers. Bonus: expert tips on how to ace your interview and master the STAR approach like a pro. Hurry! 50% discount available for a limited time. Click the sealer or fourth wall link in the description to grab your copy now. Need more details? Chat with our customer support on WhatsApp or email us. Don't miss this opportunity. Get your copy today and take the next step in your career. 4. How do you engage stakeholders in a healthcare project? When engaging stakeholders in a healthcare project, I first make sure to understand their needs, expectations, and the specific roles they play in the project. This helps me tailor my approach to each group effectively. The initial step is to hold kickoff meetings with stakeholders to establish clear communication channels and discuss the project's goals, timeline, and expected outcomes. Throughout the project, I prioritize regular updates and feedback sessions to ensure stakeholders are kept informed about progress, challenges, and any adjustments needed. This might include progress reports, email updates, or one-on-one meetings, depending on the stakeholder's preference. Additionally, I encourage an open door policy where stakeholders feel comfortable raising concerns or suggestions, fostering collaboration. I also work on building strong relationships with key stakeholders by demonstrating my understanding of their priorities, such as cost control, patient care improvement, or meeting regulatory standards. Listening actively to their input and addressing their concerns ensures they remain engaged and feel that their contributions are valued throughout the project lifecycle. Ultimately, engaging stakeholders in a healthcare project is about creating a sense of partnership, ensuring transparency, and maintaining consistent communication to align the project's progress with their expectations. 5. How do you ensure compliance with NHS policies and regulations? To ensure compliance with NHS policies and regulations, I approach it in a systematic and proactive manner. Firstly, I make it a priority to stay up to date with the latest policies, guidelines, and regulations from the NHS, as these can evolve over time. I regularly review internal communications, attend training sessions, and participate in relevant workshops or seminars to ensure that I am well informed about any changes. Secondly, I always ensure that all members of the project team are aware of the necessary compliance requirements from the outset. This often involves creating clear and detailed project plans that outline the specific regulations we need to adhere to, whether they concern patient confidentiality, health and safety, or operational standards. I also encourage an open line of communication within the team to address any potential concerns as they arise. Additionally, I put in place monitoring and reporting mechanisms to track our progress and ensure that we are consistently meeting compliance standards. This could include regular audits, reviews, and feedback sessions, where we assess our adherence to regulations and make adjustments if necessary. Lastly, I emphasize the importance of accountability at all levels. By fostering a culture of responsibility and encouraging team members to ask questions and seek clarification when unsure, I ensure that everyone understands their role in maintaining compliance throughout the project lifecycle. This approach helps not only in meeting NHS standards, but also in fostering a culture of continuous improvement and integrity within the team. 6. Tell us about a time you managed a project budget successfully. In a previous role as a project manager at a healthcare organization, I was tasked with overseeing a project to implement a new electronic health records EHR system. This was a complex project with a set budget and a strict timeline, as the new system needed to be operational before the end of the fiscal year to avoid delays in patient care and billing. At the outset of the project, I worked closely with the finance team to ensure that the budget was realistic and aligned with the scope of the project. I then broke down the budget into individual categories, such as software acquisition, training costs, and hardware upgrades, and allocated funds accordingly. During the execution phase, I kept a close eye on the budget by using project management software to track expenses and monitor any variances from the planned budget. When unexpected costs arose, such as additional training required for staff and a slight increase in hardware costs, I worked with the team to find solutions that wouldn't affect the overall financial plan. I negotiated with vendors to get discounts on hardware purchases and reallocated unused funds from less critical areas, ensuring we remained within budget. One key to my success was regular communication with stakeholders. I held bi-weekly budget review meetings with the project team and key stakeholders to ensure everyone was aligned on the current financial status. These check-ins also helped me identify potential issues before they became larger problems. In the end, the project was completed within budget and on time. Not only did we successfully roll out the new EHR system, but we also achieved a 15% cost savings by managing resources efficiently and addressing potential issues early. This experience reinforced my belief in the importance of regular budget monitoring, communication, and flexibility in managing project costs. It also highlighted the value of working closely with all stakeholders, including finance teams, to ensure that the budget is adhered to while still meeting the goals of the project. 7. How do you handle resistance to change in NHS projects? When handling resistance to change in NHS projects, I focus on understanding the root cause of the resistance and addressing it thoughtfully. I believe that effective change management is not just about pushing a new approach, but also about bringing people on board by acknowledging their concerns. In one instance, while working on a process improvement project in the NHS, I encountered resistance from a team who was reluctant to adopt a new patient management system. To address this, I first took the time to listen to their concerns. Many of them were worried about the learning curve and how it might affect their day-to-day tasks. I facilitated open communication by holding meetings where they could voice their concerns, and I worked closely with the IT team to demonstrate how the system would improve efficiency and patient care. I then organized training sessions to ensure the team felt comfortable using the new system and offered ongoing support during the transition period. I made sure to celebrate small wins to keep the team motivated and show them the positive impact of the change. Through this approach, the team gradually came on board, and we successfully implemented the new system, which ultimately improved patient workflow and satisfaction. Handling resistance is all about engagement, education, and empathy. By addressing concerns upfront, ensuring adequate support, and involving stakeholders in the process, I've been able to lead teams through change more effectively and ensure project success within the NHS. 8. How do you measure the success of an NHS project? To measure the success of an NHS project, I rely on several key performance indicators (KPIs) and qualitative factors. First, I ensure that the project is meeting its objectives and deliverables as outlined in the project plan. Success can be measured by whether the project has met its intended outcomes in terms of quality, scope, and timelines. I track these aspects using project management tools and regular reporting. Another critical measure is how well the project is within budget. In the NHS, cost control is vital, so if a project is delivered without exceeding the allocated budget while maintaining high quality, it's a significant indicator of success. Furthermore, assess stakeholder satisfaction. This includes feedback from both internal teams and external stakeholders, such as patients or service users, to determine if their needs have been met and if the project's outcomes align with their expectations. Finally, I look at the long-term impact. A successful NHS project should lead to sustainable improvements in services or patient outcomes. I also consider whether the project has enabled continuous improvement within the NHS, addressing long-term challenges, enhancing efficiency, or improving patient care. Overall, measuring success involves a combination of achieving defined project goals, staying within budget, stakeholder satisfaction, and making a meaningful, lasting impact on healthcare delivery. 9. How do you manage risks in a healthcare project? When managing risks in a healthcare project, I follow a structured approach to identify, assess, and mitigate potential risks. Initially, conduct a thorough risk assessment, collaborating with key stakeholders to identify potential risks that could impact the project's timeline, budget, or overall success. This could include risks related to regulatory changes, patient safety, technology failures, or resource limitations. Once the risks are identified, I evaluate their likelihood and impact using a risk matrix, prioritizing them based on severity. For high-priority risks, I develop mitigation strategies and contingency plans. For example, if there's a risk related to new technology integration, I might ensure there's additional training for staff, establish a technical support plan, and schedule extra time for testing before full implementation. Regular monitoring is crucial in managing risks. I track the identified risks throughout the project lifecycle and conduct periodic risk assessments to adjust mitigation strategies as needed. If new risks emerge, I integrate them into the project plan, keeping stakeholders informed and ensuring we are prepared to respond effectively. In the event a risk materializes, I follow the contingency plan, ensuring the project stays on track without compromising patient care or operational efficiency. My focus is always on minimizing negative impacts while ensuring the project remains aligned with healthcare standards and objectives. 10. Can you describe a time you had to influence senior leadership to support a project? In my previous role as a project manager in the healthcare sector, I was tasked with overseeing a project aimed at improving patient care through the integration of a new electronic health records (EHR) system. The project was crucial for enhancing data access and streamlining communication among healthcare teams. However, senior leadership was initially hesitant to approve the necessary budget and resources for the implementation. To gain buy-in from senior leadership, I knew I needed to emphasize both the strategic importance and the return on investment (ROI) of the new system, while addressing their concerns about costs and potential disruption. I began by conducting a thorough cost-benefit analysis, demonstrating how the new system would improve patient outcomes, and save time in the long term by reducing errors and increasing efficiency. I also gathered data from other NHS trusts that had successfully implemented similar projects, showing measurable improvements in patient satisfaction and operational performance. I then presented this information to senior leadership, focusing on how the system aligned with the trust's strategic goals of improving patient care and operational efficiency. I made sure to address their concerns by outlining a phased implementation plan that would minimize disruption to services and ensure a smooth transition. My approach was data-driven, with a clear explanation of the long-term benefits and minimal short-term risks. As a result of my efforts, senior leadership became convinced of the project's value and approved the necessary budget and resources to move forward. The successful implementation of the EHR system led to improved data accessibility, faster patient processing, and more accurate medical records. This project not only improved patient care, but also set a positive precedent for future digital initiatives within the organization. 11. What project management methodologies do you use, and why? In my experience as a project manager, I've worked with several project management methodologies. Depending on the nature of the project, the team's requirements, and the organization's objectives. Some of the key methodologies I use include Agile, Waterfall, and Prince2. Agile. I often use Agile when the project requires flexibility and is subject to frequent changes. This is particularly effective in environments like the NHS, where projects might evolve as new needs or constraints arise. Agile allows us to work in sprints, allowing teams to focus on delivering value quickly and efficiently. The iterative process means we can continuously improve based on feedback, which is crucial in healthcare projects where adapting to change is necessary. Waterfall. For projects that have clear, defined stages and require a structured approach, I rely on the waterfall methodology. This works well for projects with fixed deadlines, budgets, and deliverables, such as implementing new systems or upgrading infrastructure in healthcare settings. The linear approach of waterfall helps ensure that each phase of the project is completed before moving on to the next, providing clear tracking and accountability. Prince2. In addition, I have worked with Prince2 for large-scale projects, especially in the public sector. Prince2's focus on clear roles, responsibilities, and stages helps maintain strong governance, which is critical in healthcare projects where accountability and compliance are paramount. It also emphasizes continuous business justification, ensuring that projects align with organizational goals. The choice of methodology depends on the project's specific needs and the organizational culture. I choose the methodology that aligns best with the objectives, team structure, and the overall project scope, ensuring that we meet deadlines, stay within budget, and deliver high-quality outcomes. 12. Why do you want to be a project manager in the NHS? I've always been deeply committed to contributing to public service. And the NHS, with its critical role in providing healthcare to the public, is an organization that aligns with my values and professional aspirations. My background in healthcare management and project coordination has given me a strong foundation in managing complex projects. I've had the opportunity to oversee several projects that focused on improving operational efficiency and delivering key outcomes. For example, in my previous role as a project manager at St. Mary's Healthcare, I led a team that successfully implemented a new patient scheduling system, which reduced appointment wait times by 20% and improved patient satisfaction scores. What excites me about becoming a project manager in the NHS is the opportunity to work on projects that directly impact patient care and improve healthcare services. The NHS is constantly evolving and responding to the challenges of delivering high-quality care in a rapidly changing environment. I'm drawn to the idea of managing complex projects that contribute to these improvements. Whether it's the implementation of new systems, process optimizations, or service innovations. I'm particularly motivated by the chance to work with multidisciplinary teams, where collaboration is key, and I can contribute to ensuring that the projects not only meet organizational goals, but also improve the experiences of both healthcare professionals and patients. Additionally, my passion for problem solving and efficiency aligns well with the responsibilities of a project manager in the NHS. I believe that my skills in project planning, risk management, and stakeholder engagement, combined with my passion for making a tangible difference, would allow me to thrive in this role and add value to the NHS's mission. Do you have any question for us? Yes, I do have a few questions. Firstly, I would love to understand more about the key challenges that the NHS faces in managing projects within your department, and how the project management team collaborates with other departments to overcome those challenges. Additionally, I'm interested in knowing what success looks like in this role. How do you measure the effectiveness of project managers, and what specific goals or KPIs should I focus on to make the most significant impact? Finally, could you tell me about the opportunities for growth and professional development within the NHS for a project manager? I'm keen to continue learning and developing my skills, and I would love to know how the organization supports that. And that wraps up our top 12 NHS Project Manager interview questions and answers. I hope this video has given you the confidence and knowledge you need to ace your interview and secure your dream job in the NHS. Remember, preparation is key. Take the time to practice your answers, focus on demonstrating your leadership, problem solving, and stakeholder management skills, and always relate your experience to the NHS values and objectives. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more expert career tips from Damal Consult. Also, let us know in the comments which question you found most challenging, and we'll be happy to help. Good luck with your NHS Project Manager interview. You've got this.